The sign behind me here says it all. This building not fit for human habitation. It does not meet code. For it was just over a year ago on Thanksgiving Day that the La Quinta here off Margie Drive burned. You know, when we head outdoors this time of year, we bundle up, we put on layers. In some cases, when we have record cold temperatures, we even try and stay inside if at all possible. However, it may be inconvenient to us to have these cold weather temps, but for one Georgia crop, cold temperatures are beneficial. Thanksgiving holiday travel period. And over the next 102 hours, according to AAA, 43.6 million Americans will be traveling. The basket starts on the ground on its side, then they lay the balloon out.
I've been doing hot air balloons since 1991.
A fan is then used to begin inflating. From the ground up, doesn't look like much until they start getting the hot air in it. And then a large propane burner heats the air inside. Plenty to see and do here in downtown Macon and at Central City Park in particular. It's like fun. Maybe you ought to come down and check it out too. Reporting for Newsnight on the Patriot, I'm Todd Wilson. The finishing touches are going down here at the new Law Enforcement Center as work crews behind me are pouring the pavement for the new parking lot right outside the latest development here in Warner Robins, just off Watson Boulevard, the new home for the Warner Robins Police Department. Can I have a kiss? Oh, thank you. Hey, when Newsnight returns, we'll go to the circus. Ringling Brothers is in town. Plenty of kids for generations dreamed about maybe running away and joining the circus. Well, this weekend, the Ringling Brothers Circus has returned to Middle Georgia. They'll be doing performances at the Macon Coliseum, and one part of every circus show is, of course, the animals that everybody loves to see. Founded back in 1884, the Ringling Brothers Circus would in 1919 merge with the Bailey Circus and become the greatest show on earth. Some of the injured were students from Wilkinson, Twiggs, Houston, Bibb, and Peach counties. Some came from camp programs at the Medical Center of Central Georgia, where today they got first-hand experience about how people who are injured receive assistance. The wounds are simulated. These volunteers from all over the mid-state are here to take part in this exercise at the Middle Georgia Regional Airport. The exercise in the past involved a plane crash. However, today, the first response was to an improvised explosive device, or IED, inside the Lewis B. Wilson terminal.
Burn home!
The wounds appeared real enough. First to arrive were the fire department, followed closely by police officers and sheriff's deputies. The firefighters began initial treatment of the wounded and began evacuating them to a staging area.
Y'all hang on, we got help coming. Hang on, we got help coming.
The most serious cases were tagged and prepared for the waiting ambulances. The firefighters would coordinate with EMTs to tend to the injured and get the most seriously wounded ready for trips to awaiting emergency rooms. Meanwhile, at the same time, police began investigating the scene to determine if additional devices were in the area. A similar scenario to what happened at the Boston Marathon earlier this year. An EOD unit scanned the scene, and a canine unit worked the parking lot. All of this action was under close scrutiny to see what was done right and how response could be improved.
There are two components to this exercise. We have a pre-hospital response, which includes our first responders, including law enforcement, fire department, EMS, among other agencies and organizations. For them, the incident stops once the patients are triaged and transported to the hospitals. It's just beginning for the hospitals, though. We have to receive these patients. We have to be prepared to absorb these patients while maintaining normal operations at our individual facilities. It is a challenge, and it is something that we prepare for, on an annual basis. We're very confident that each of our individual hospitals will collaborate and communicate communicate with each other and provide the care that these victims require.
For the firefighters, EMTs, police, sheriff's deputies, and the staff at area hospitals, the training is vital, being ready for an event that hopefully will never happen. However, in this day and time we live in, the training now could make a big difference in saving lives tomorrow. So yes, the wounds and the screams were simulated, but the training for the local first responders across Bibb County and Houston County and for area hospitals, well, it can't be duplicated. In the event of a disaster, they'll be prepared. Reporting for Newsnight on the Patriot, I'm Todd Wilson. It's in our clothes, it's in our towels, our sheets, it's practically in just about anything textile related. It's cotton, high cotton here in Houston County and all across the South. Farmers are getting ready to do the harvest of this 2013 cotton crop. Welcome back to Newsnight and the extended election coverage of 2013 in this runoff election on this December 3rd. I'm Todd Wilson with Brandon Evans. We're glad you're with us here as we've got more Cozy TV coming up, but the final numbers are now in, unofficial numbers at that, but we have a new mayor. Officially, it will be Randy Toms, and Mayor Chuck Shaheen has won the race for City Council. Let's go ahead and start with the numbers in the race for mayor. Brandon?